My score prediction for the Netherlands versus England game is a 1-1 match that goes to extra time and even penalties. Goal scorers are Cody Gakpo for the Netherlands side, and for England, I'm going to go with Harry Kane. It's going to be a really tight game. And I feel like in extra time, we might even see a red card. So I'm going to go for at least one red card in the match. And also, I'm going to go for over 8 corners in the total match. Yeah, the mood right now is kind of a relief, and also, yeah, some kind of confidence, because we feel like, okay, we have beat Turkey, a strong opponent, and we feel kind of we can do the same against England. So for one part it's relief, and for the second part it is also a lot of confidence. I think a key player for the Netherlands versus England game is at the Netherlands side is going to be Bart Verbrugge. I mean, he played an amazing match against Turkey with a lot of important saves. And I feel like, against top players as Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, he needs to be again at his A level. So I think that's a key player for the Netherlands.
So my prediction ahead of the semi-final against the Netherlands, my predictions have been quite negative recently, so I feel like I might want to stick with that a little bit. Part of me feels like there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. I feel like both teams can be got at, but then we also know that, knockout football can be really, really cagey. I can see this going all the way to penalties again. That would probably be my bet, another 1-1, and then one of the teams to take it on penalties. But if I was to have a bet on a goal scorer, I don't think England have looked as good from set pieces both ways in this tournament so far. I'd have a bet on a Premier League player to score a header. My bet would be Virgil van Dijk. He scored a lot of headers towards the end of the season. But for Liverpool, so if I was to put a crazy bet on, I'd bet on Virgil van Dijk to score a header anytime. Tactically now, it's going to be interesting for England going into this game against the Netherlands, because the three at the back, although it wasn't perfect, there was definitely more positive signs than we've seen in the previous games. England did look a bit more balanced. Even though Saka was playing at wing back, I thought he was absolutely fantastic throughout. We managed to get him more in the game. What that also managed to do was it got Foden playing kind of more in his natural position that he plays for Manchester City, but he got the good players like Saka and Foden and Bellingham. They were all a little bit closer together. Although I'm not ecstatic with how we've played to be in the semis, I'm really excited. My goal of the tournament, it has to be Jude Bellingham, just for the... in fact, it was in the 95th minute. England are about to have a really embarrassing defeat and be on their way back home. The manager's about to become one of the most hated men in the country. The players probably exactly the same. And Jude Bellingham's pulled out a bicycle kick in the 95th minute when it hasn't looked like England are going to score at any point during that game. It was just the technique was absolutely incredible. And I'm saying it's the goal of the tournament for me so far. In a way, it's sad as well, because it just shows you how much ability these England players have, but we're just not seeing it on a game-to-game basis.
I mean, Bellingham, let's not come on, Bellingham. What a goal. I made a joke on Instagram. I said it wasn't a bicycle. It was like a bicycle. But it was just to wind up my English friends. A bicycle was the goal Ronaldo scored against Juventus, but that was just to wind them up. What a goal, the timing. Did anyone believe that England was going to score at that point? I don't think so. It wasn't like, corner kick, let's score. No, that's not the feeling I got at Artsfield. Even there's that BBC presenter like interviewing, and then they score and all screaming. I don't think anyone really believed, but that's why he's such a talent.
I think Jude Bellingham's goal was spectacular. It was a very good goal, and it was a very important goal because England was so close to be out of the Euro Cup. So it was a very, 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 very important goal, and a very nice goal as well with the bicycle kick. One of the rare goals that we see. I think only 4 players scored the bicycle kick in the Euros, or 3 players with Bellingham, 4 players.
The Jude Bellingham bicycle kick is all of this. So obviously it was crucial because it's an equalizer. It was at the very last second, and it was an amazing goal. A bicycle kick at that stage of the competition. To have the nerves to try this, it's world class.
I'll give it to Shaqiri. His goal was amazing. The technique was good. The timing, and also the thinking. He need not to control the ball. He just hit it first time, and it was a beautiful goal, well taken goal by a great player, a player that always steps up for Switzerland in major tournaments, and he does it in style. All the goals that he scored in these big tournaments, he scores them in style. So I'll give it to him. It's been okay thus far, and it's now starting to get more interesting with the the knockout stages. I think it's a period whereby now teams need to step up, because if you make a mistake, there's no coming back. So the stakes are high, and now the hype is increasing, the interest is increasing as well, and also the excitement is also increasing. Most of them they go for the favorites. Your Spain and England. Although when it comes to England, there's still that debate that England has great players, but they don't have a team. They seem to not connect. There's no synergy when they play, and they do well in the big tournaments, but at the end they disappoint. So there's still that debate about it, but it's a healthy debate.
The key of getting through a semi-final at the Euros is start very, very focused. Don't rush it too much. You see also a lot of teams in those semi-finals, they go from the start and in the first 30 minutes they gave it their all. But I feel like those games are always 90 minutes and often more. So I feel like, for one, you shouldn't rush all your energies in those semi-finals, but also be very focused. I mean, in those games you play the best opponent, and focus is going to be key.
I think the key will be the manager's decision to select the most fit and ready, let's say, players to play. So it's gonna be tough. All the players with the team who reached the quarterfinals, they made a huge effort. The rhythm of the games was really high. No doubt the players are tired, so now it's up to the managers to select the most fit players to benefit from them and to reach the semi-finals and then the final. Now we're gonna see a lot of changes in the first 11 in each team.
The key for getting through the final hurdle and getting yourself from the semis into the final, to me, is looking after the ball. You have to look after the ball. There'll be moments where you've come under pressure and you've survived things, but if you can have a period of 5-10 minutes where you look after the ball, keep it, move the ball quickly or move the ball slowly, try and dictate the tempo of the game, take the sting out of the game at times. For me, having the type of players that can do that, maybe that's where England have fell down over the years, because if you look at teams that have won tournaments over the years, like Spain, like Germany, like France, they all contain those players that when the time is right, they put their foot on the ball and they dictate the tempo of the game. And to me, in a semi-final that might be tight, that's the biggest thing if you're looking to progress to a final.
I think the planning is very different. Cup competition is different to league games, and also group stages is different to the knockout stages. So therefore, the plan also needs to be different, and it's about winning, and also making sure that you commit less errors as well, and they also require players to bring their strong mental fortitude, because it requires full concentration and less mistakes. And the planning also is that sometimes you don't have to play great football. It's about the results. You make sure that you get results, and then you go back to the drawing board and prepare for the next game.
My pick for star player of the Euros so far, I think it's got to be out of Germany or Spain. I think they've probably been the two best teams. If I had to pick someone, I'd probably still pick Toni Kroos. He doesn't need to retire, because you watch him And he's just absolutely brilliant. The way he scans, his weight of pass is perfect every time. You know, everything from Germany goes through him. One of the best midfield players ever to exist. I'm sad to think that it's going to be the last times that I ever watch Toni Kroos play football. So if I had to pick a player of the tournament so far, I'd pick Toni Kroos.
Yeah, so one of my star players this tournament at the Euros 2024 is Toni Kroos. I mean, he is one of the GOATs for Germany on the midfield. I feel like without him, Germany is going to miss a big player on the midfield that's able to create chances from open space. Toni Kroos is known for his passes, but also the way he makes sure the defense is tight and the squad is holding it together. I feel like whenever he's playing, for one, he's able to create a lot of attacks, but also he makes sure the team is standing really tight and well packed together. So for one, I think he's a really complete player. One we will remember for sure whenever you see a beautiful free kick or a beautiful pass. I know for sure Germany is going to miss him a lot.